You are listening to the Booktrospective Podcast, a podcast for all types of books. And even though we read all types of books across all different types of genres, we want to give a disclaimer. Many of our books and a lot of our content sometimes is intended for mature audiences. And we don't believe in censorship, but we do want our listeners to have the opportunity to decide if our episode or podcast is good for them. So with that, let's get into the episode. Hey, it's Dominique.
And Keely.
And you are listening to Booktrospective. And this week we are covering Truth Is by Hannah V Sawyerr. But first, Keely, how was your week?
My week has been busy. And not so much like necessarily customer busy wise, but just a lot of back end work. And I'm tired. I'm ready for my weekend, which is Sunday and Monday. But yeah, just a lot of errands and back of the office work stuff. So nothing fun. How about you?
Just got responsibilities.
Yes.
Same. Nothing new. New jobs. Training. If I have to learn about HIPAA one more time, I might lose my mind. Yeah. Nothing fun. So, meh. Meh. So, what you got for me?
Alrighty. I have a question for you.
Okay.
If you could have a whole new circle of people to cheer for you for one of your secret or not so widely known passions, something that you're hiding, again, something that somebody on the outside doesn't necessarily know, like a hobby, a goal, what would that passion be?
Interesting. I don't know. I feel like I talk too much. Do I have a secret hidden passion? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Come back to me.
I was about to say, I don't think it's necessarily secret, but just not something
I
that
talk about a lot.
But you build stuff a lot.
I know. I was like, I don't, but yeah. But I feel like people know about it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know that I have anything that people don't encourage me to do. But I do like maybe if I can financially have support to do those other things that aren't my full-time job, then yes, I would do the crafting and the DIY and do all of those things. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what mine would be either, because I'm one where I jump into a hobby and I'm all for it for a limited amount of time, and then I'm on to the next thing.
Yep.
I don't know.
I want to do all the things.
Yeah.
That's kind of my problem. I like all the things.
I like to cook. And I like to feed people, but people know that. So it's like, yeah.
But do they? 'Cause everybody thinks you're the book lady. So then the outside world probably doesn't know that Keely wants to be the chef
Yes.
or baker.
I like baking. I like cooking better, though.
See?
I almost went into culinary school,
See? Secret passion.
but
Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. Well, today we are talking about Truth Is. So, if you're listening to this episode, then hopefully you listened to the last episode, or at least part of it, where we talked to Hannah, who is the author of Truth Is. This is her second novel. Just a little bit about her, and then we'll talk about the blurb. So Hannah she's considered a YA author. Both of her books are in verse.
yes.
I don't know if she's always going to do that, but because she is a slam poet, like that's kind of her background. her first book is All of the Fighting Parts. I haven't read that one, but Keely has. Similar, like, kind of talks about taboo topics. She was like a West Coaster. Now she's an East Coaster. I can't remember where she's from originally. Did she say? Was she from East Coast originally? Yeah. Okay. So obviously she's a Black author, female author. Very cool, very down to earth. And now she is a full-time author. So looking for much more to come from her. So definitely listen to our bonus episode from last Wednesday if you have not listened to it. And there is a spoiler-free part in the beginning, and then there's a spoiler part, and then obviously this whole episode will be spoilers after the initial blah blah. So Keely, do you have the blurb?
Yes, and before I get into that, I also want to do, like, please let us know after you finish this episode or while in the process of listening, let us know if you like the author interviews coming out on Wednesdays or if you just prefer to have them as a Monday episode. So please let us know so we know how to continue.
Yes.
And into the blurb. 17-year-old poet Truth Bangura begins senior year unsure of life after graduation. But when she learns she's pregnant by her ex-boyfriend, she makes one decision she is sure about: an abortion. When Truth performs a poem about her decision and her emotionally turbulent home life, the performance is recorded and posted online for everyone to see, including her mother.
Sorry, feels like something's in my eye. I feel like that ended abruptly.
Yeah. I feel like this, because this is only like 2 sentences here, and I'm like, I feel like that's not even like...
I know, there has to be more to that. It ended abruptly. Okay. So. Well, anyways, so if you could summarize this book in one word, what would you say?
Choice.
I would say discovery.
That's what I initially was thinking, and I was like, let's do choice.
Yeah, no, all along those lines. So, Truth again is a 17-year-old, and she's a senior in high school. A young Black girl in the, where are they? I feel like they're in the DMV area. I can't remember exactly where they are, but I feel like they're like Virginia, Maryland-ish somewhere area. And she pretty much has like no future. Like, everyone expects her to either go to community college, get a job, or like go to the army. Like, she basically has like no one is expecting her to go to college, especially not like a good college, even though she still like applies because her best friend is like brilliant. And to top it all off, she ends up pregnant, which is just like, of course you did. Like, that's what everyone would expect. And it sucks because her mom was a teen mom as well. That part is not a spoiler. Like, that is the precipice of the book. Also, her kind of having an abortion is the precipice of the book. And it really, like, this book is set up in, it doesn't like dwell on the fact that she had the abortion so much. It's basically like that is like kicking off her senior year and everything that leads from that. It really is a story of a girl who has like starts with no foundation and support, and really it's like a found family, a discovery of like herself, but also like learning who your parents really are, because you know, like as growing up and as teenagers, we don't know who our parents are. Like we have these like ideas of our parents, and obviously we're going like through teenage and we don't understand why they do the things they do and all that stuff. So it's like discovering yourself, discovering like who your parents actually are, learning to trust like other people, like learning that what is a big deal to like some people isn't really a big deal to other people, and like also like realizing that like she just really does have her whole life in front of her. Just because this small group of people doesn't seem to like have any faith in her doesn't mean that all the doors in front of her are closed. And so Truth really kind of takes her life in her own hands and makes something of herself. And so it's really good. This book, if you're I don't know, I'm sure there's gonna be an audiobook version of this book.
Yeah, I believe so. I think she said that initially there wasn't going to be, but they decided that they are going to.
Okay, that'll probably be interesting. We both read it in an arc, which is it's fun to read because it's like mixed media. It's written like in journal entries, as poems, as quizzes, so you don't feel like, even though it's a thick book, it's not long by any means, and you see like Truth working through her thoughts on the page. So I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the material of the book, and I really, I really enjoyed the book. I think it's really good. I think it's a really good book for parents and teens, and then, I mean, whoever else wants to read it too, but like both of those groups, I think adults and young adults can both really enjoy this book. So obviously there are triggers. Do you have those?
I can pull them up really quickly. Alrighty, we have emotional abuse, abortion, obviously, adult minor relationship, toxic friendship, sexual assault, yeah, looks about it.
Yeah. Yep, I think that's probably it. Okay, so is that everything? Did we cover everything?
I think so.
Okay. All right, so if you have not read this book, which came out last month, September 16th, if you have not read this book and you don't wish to be spoiled, then pause here and come back later. If not, we are going to get into it. So this book opens up with Truth, and does it open right away? It pretty much opens right away with her finding out she's pregnant, or knowing that she's pregnant, and her best friend, and I'm terrible with names. What's her best friend's name?
Was it Zariah?
Zariah. I think it is. That sounds right.
Think so.
Is like basically like so excited, like wants her to like find out, like is like, don't leave school, like I'm trying to like meet me in the bathroom at the end of the day, like we have to figure this out. And Truth is basically like, I don't want to. And the book is broken up into trimesters. So it's the first trimester. Truth is pregnant by her ex-boyfriend, whose name is I'm terrible with names, honestly. I swear, I just read in like oblivion. Like, I don't think, like, people are like, oh, what did you imagine them looking like? Nothing. Like, Cameron. Like, unless they like boop, boop, boop. Like, I have an idea, but also nothing at the same time. There's just like a blob. Like, I see them clearly, and they're a blob. So Cameron is in college. I do believe he's like a freshman though.
Yeah.
And they kind of like dated on and off for like ever, but like he's not a good guy. Like he's not necessarily a bad guy, like abusive or anything like that, but he's just like, ugh. Like, you know, like he don't really care. And now he's in college, like he's hooking up with girls. There's like some girl, Olivia or something like that, I don't know, that she mentions throughout the book that like her name will pop up on his phone, like she knows that's who he's hooking up with, whatever. So this is his baby. So we start like learning about Truth. Her mom is like African.
Yes.
I'm making Keely do all of her like research. I feel like her mom's not just like, I feel like she's like first generation or something like that. It gives me like, because they eat different foods. They eat a lot of like ethnic foods throughout the story.
Sierra Leone. Okay.
And her mom probably does have some form of mental illness that is untreated. She talks a lot about how her mom, like, you know, comes home from work. She watches Family Feud, which I cannot necessarily disagree with, sitting on the couch for hours and watching Steve Harvey. I can't say that when I was pregnant, I did not do that a lot. But, yeah, so she basically, like, comes home and, like, she, like, if she's not doing that, like, she'll start hollering and screaming, like, at, like, anything, like, and obviously, you know, like, she thinks like she's not the kind of mom you can have a conversation with. Like you can't go like, Mom, I like this boy. She's like, what do you like? She'd be like, what do you mean like boys? Like you're dirty. Like she immediately is gonna go off the handle. You can't have any like reasonable kind of like heart to heart with this lady. Like that's not the kind of relationship. And the dad is not in the picture. And we learn that the dad has like a new family. He has kids, and her dad named her Truth.
Yes.
And I can't remember what the other kids' names are.
There's like Truth, Trey.
They all are T names.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. And the mom is always basically kind of like, he left us, like that whole thing. That whole thing. So she ends up finding out that, you know, she's pregnant, and she knows that she does not want this baby. Like that's never gonna be the plan. Zariah is like so excited. Like, oh, like it's gonna be so great. Like everything's gonna be great about this.
I'll help you when I come home on breaks.
And so Zariah's also like applied to college. I think it's like, I don't know, like Penn State or something like that. A nice school.
Yeah.
Which Zariah's like a straight A student. Truth also applies on a whim. I mean, I guess the worst thing they can tell you is no, which they don't tell her no. They waitlist her, which is not a no originally. But she does like end up not getting in, but yeah. And like throughout this period too, like she gets called down to the counselor, and they're basically like, hey, like these are your options: community college, like the army, like whatever. They don't even give her the option of like other like 4-year colleges. Like they don't even give her all the options they give like the smarter kids or whatever. So she starts like looking up different ways of like how she could have an abortion, because I can't remember what state they're in, but she's basically like she would have to go to a different state, which is like a couple hours away. Obviously, she's looking at money because she has no money. She does work at like this cafe thing with kids, and like
it gives like play cafe vibes.
Yeah, and like the lady there is kind of like,
it's set in Philly.
I was way off. It is not the DMV. That's not way off, but like it's not the DMV. Close, a little north of there. But yeah, so she would have to like go. So she finally does reach out to Cameron, and he kind of like, I don't know, like he doesn't like say like, oh, it's not mine.
No,
he never does that, which I'm glad about. And they end up like taking care of all of it. Like that actually gets wrapped up super fast, which I'm very thankful for. Like it's not drawn out. I appreciate all of that, because I was like worried that part was going to get drawn out, and I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah, and it's not. I say that it's not yes, it's a pro-choice book, but it isn't necessarily about the abortion. Yeah, like it's about choices, and you know she has the abortion, but it's not drawn out. It's the story touches on it, but it's not about it.
That's not the center. The story is about Truth. It's not about her abortion. So she has it. She stays home for a few days. Like she tells her mom she's sick. Cameron kind of tries to like stick around, but his whole thing is like, oh, he wants to hook up with her, and thank God she's like, no, like I'm better than this, because obviously I don't want to end up back in the same situation. And he doesn't want anything for real. Like, he's a young boy in college. This is not anything. This is nothing serious. Zariah, did she find out pretty fast?
I think she figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, she ends up finding out pretty fast, and she is livid. Mm-hmm. I feel like Zariah is pretty religious. And so that plays into it. She's very judgmental about the whole thing. She can't see any reason why.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll come home and help you. No, that you coming home on a break, first of all, that's not going to happen. But let's say it did. Let's say that twice a year you came home. Okay, so all the rest of the year, it's just me and this baby. Right. While you're off at college living your life. That seems fine. Like, that's just not even realistic. To the point that they, like, fall out. Zariah starts hanging out with this other girl. Kind of invites Truth over, and then basically blasts her information in front of this other girl. And it's like, oh, but at least you didn't have an abortion. Like, just, like, put her on blast in front of, like, this other girl that, like, they're not really all friends with. Like, they know, but Yeah, like just
Yeah.
their whole friendship just goes down the drain like in 2 seconds. All because she's mad of something that somebody else did with their body. So while all this is going on, I can't remember exactly how she gets introduced to it, but she gets introduced to a slam poetry group.
So she had, when they introduced, she was going to her, well, not at the very beginning, but she was going to for the first time. We saw her in the first meeting, but she had to skip a few practices because of the abortion.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So she starts getting back into that, which her mom also does not know that her mom doesn't know anything about this girl. She doesn't know that she got pregnant. She doesn't know she had an abortion. She doesn't know that she's going to slam poetry now because her mom thinks all this is stupid. Her mom thinks that basically anytime that she's not at home, she's at the kid cafe thing. And so she's literally like, I don't know. She has to ride the bus like an hour away to go to this thing. She's literally like running home. Like the kids at the poetry, it's Michael who ends up later like getting closer with her. I can't remember some of the other kids' names, but there's a girl. What's her name? All I can think of is Andarna, and it's not Andarna.
I think it's Adara.
But it makes me think of Andarna,
Yeah.
and I was like, that is not her name. I think it is Adara.
Cassie, Michael, Adara.
Okay, Adara. It's not Andarna. I know it's not. But so she starts getting like kind of close with them, and Adara is like, she's like at first like very cold. Like she's basically like a know-it-all. Like, oh, you were like, she writes like a poem and everybody's like, oh, it's so good. But the assignment was to make it like 4 lines and hers was 5 lines or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, it doesn't really qualify because it was 5 lines and it was supposed to be 4. Like, girl, shut up. Like, something like that. And then, like, Michael's trying to, like, be friends with her. He's like, dang, like, every time class is over, you run up out of here because she literally has to beat her mom home. And, like, so she's, like, trying to do this. Like, she's, like, trying to, like, figure school stuff out. Then she is, like, so, like, she's doing okay. And, like, the poetry teacher identifies as they, them. And, it's cool, but like it's strict on the rules, and like you can't miss too many of these sessions because then she starts like trying to go to work a bit, and then like also when she falls out with Zariah, like she's skipping, like so her life is all like in shambles, and so she starts coming back to the class. So then she finally, like, she's been working on this poem about the abortion, and really more so about her mom, kind of about how her mom makes her feel. And it's really good. And they all, of course, they perform their poems in front of each other. They do all this stuff. So they end up going to like a slam poetry thing. And I can't remember. It's like the first 3 people like win money or whatever, because there's like a big competition like at the end of the school year, and it's like a certain amount of money. And if they can go to these like poetry contests, and they can all raise the money, and yeah, you know how that goes. So she goes, and of course, she's like, no, I don't want it. She's not even supposed to be there, first of all. And of course, she's talking about her mom and stuff, like in her abortion. She doesn't want people to record her. Does great. I don't think she wins anything. Did she get third place at that one? Or was she like lower?
Maybe
that one was the one that was third place. Yeah, because Adara was like second place or something. And so she ends up getting recorded. So her mom ends up seeing it.
Because it went viral.
Viral, like crazy viral. And of course her mom is livid, to the point where as all this has been going on, Truth has also turned 18, and once she turned 18, her dad started reaching out to her, and what he basically has said is like, you know, I basically let your mom kind of decide, you know, all this time, but you're an adult now, and I'm trying to let you decide. Well, her mom had been like, no, you still live in my house, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And Truth had kind of been like, well, maybe I should hear him out. But then she kept thinking about how he would spend time with his family, and you guys all know how that goes. Well, when her mom finds out about this thing, they have this huge blowout, and her mom actually tells her to go stay with her dad. So she goes, and she starts to like really like her dad. Everything, you know, he's got a wife, the kids are over there.
The wife is a little,
you know, she's like, because she's been with this man for however long. You got this grown daughter that seeming a little jealous.
Yeah.
And not liking the wife. But the relationship between Truth and her dad, it seems to be going really well for a little while. He seems to be sticking up for her. Things are going well. However, the dad's birthday comes up. And she gets him a gift, right? She gets him like a cologne or something.
Yeah.
She gets him a cologne.
And she like saved up because the cologne was expensive.
Yeah. And because things have been going well. So she stays there for a little while and she gets him a cologne and she's standing there getting ready to give it to him and he's arguing with the wife about her. And something gets said to where she hears how old her dad is. And me and Keely, we both talked about this, how nowhere in this book, like never, no. I was never concerned about what age her parents were. I wasn't concerned about anyone's ages. What we basically end up realizing is that her dad, I can't remember her dad's age, but what it was is that at the time when she was born, her mom was 17 and her dad was a grown man and had been dating her mom for 2 years and had been a grown man the entire time. Like he was like, I don't know, 7, 8. He was several years older.
I'm about to do the math real quick.
I can't remember what it was. I said it in the author interview, but I can't remember what it is now. But he was like,
I think it was like
too old.
He was 40 something.
It was like 7 years or something.
And
like that.
Yeah, and mom was like 34.
Yeah. It was significant. He was never in the teenage years when the mom was in the teenage years. It was never appropriate. It was never an appropriate relationship. So she like drops the cologne, and he doesn't even try to defend himself. Because she had never questioned how old her dad was. And it's just like, with all this stuff going on, we were like, oh my God. Yeah. And so, not that it excuses her mom's behavior at all, because her mom never had that conversation with her. But it humanizes her. It does humanize her mom, because her mom, I do still think, has mental illness. But her mom was traumatized. I mean, she was taken advantage of. She was groomed, obviously, by this man. And then she has to now give her daughter over to this man and share her child with this man who, as she has grown and matured and her brain cells come together, learned and realized what this man has done to her. Yeah. As her frontal lobe has developed. Like, that is hard to wrap your mind around. And so she goes back home. And she does start to talk to her mom. And Hannah makes a point, she talks about it in our interview, you know, she doesn't want to just fix the relationship. There's so much work and therapy that isn't in this relationship. But she does start to talk with her mom. And her mom does talk to her, and it's basically like, you know, I don't want you to leave. If you need to write your poetry, write your poetry. But I don't want you to leave. And she's talking about that as like going to the dad. She doesn't really want her to go to college. She don't want her to go anywhere. Yeah. But Truth needs to. She needs to be out of that situation. It's not a good place. Her mom needs help. Truth needs help. But they do start to work on that. So Truth keeps working on the poetry. She does end up raising the money and does end up going to the poetry thing. At the same time as all this, her and Michael start dating. They're a cute little couple. I love it. And he convinces her and helped her apply to Florida A&M.
I believe so.
It's an HBCU because he's a legacy and he's going there. So he gets her to apply. He's like, just apply. So she applies. She also ends up talking to the owner of the kid cafe that she works at. And she has a really nice moment where again, the abortion comes back up. Oh, also, I kind of jumped over this. When the video goes viral, what's not a big thing is the abortion to her friend group. Because she expects it to be a big thing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you had an abortion. Oh my God, I can't believe you were pregnant. Oh my God. They don't care. No. They're like, they're literally in the comments like of the video, like, yeah, that's our teammate, like, you go girl, like Adara's like, yeah, like her and Adara start becoming close. Never once do they bat an eye or act funny with her. Nothing at all. Also, the other one, what's her name?
Zariah.
I wanted to say Zariah. She does end up reaching out to her again. What was it? Something about, because Zariah's mom is like a judge or something, and she was like, oh, I would have there was something that happened when she wasn't home. I think it was a poetry thing, and she was like, "Oh, I would have lied for you," or something like that. And Truth was like, "Why would I trust you to lie for me when you basically were trying to tell everyone that I had an abortion? Like,
right.
why would I trust you?" So there was kind of like a moment when like Zariah kind of like starts to realize she sucks. Yeah. But anyway, so she does end up going to the poetry thing, doing all that, and she ends up winning. It was all for like a scholarship to kind of do a 1 year, I don't know what you would call it, like national tour kind of thing, kind of like a scholarship. So she gets that. She also gets accepted into Florida A&M. And so she kind of has to decide, like, now I have all these options. She has a boyfriend, she has friends, she's not pregnant. Oh, the part I skipped over. She talks to the Kid Cafe owner, and she tells her, too, that she had an abortion years ago. And she kind of just gives her this moment of, like, I also don't regret having an abortion. She's like, I do think about it at times. I have, like, grief and sadness about it sometimes, but I never regretted it because I still, like, think I made the best decision for myself. Kind of encouraging her, like, you're going to have those moments, but also you don't have to feel bad about it because it can be the best decision for you. And so just like kind of seeing somebody on like the other side. And so that's included in there as well. But so she now has all of these options,
all these choices,
and she decides to take the 1 year scholarship tour thing that she wins, and kind of see where that takes her. So she'll be leaving her boyfriend, even though I'm sure she'll still be with him, and leaving her mom and venturing out on her own and becoming a little poet. And yeah, so that's Truth Is.
Yeah.
I don't know where did I put it? I was like, I don't even know what I rated it. I think I might have gave it a 5-star.
Yeah, so I rated it 5 viral videos.
Ooh.
I loved it. Go figure. I loved all the fighting parts as well. The writing is just great. And she has a way of just bringing so much emotion to taboo topics. And not necessarily making it about the taboo topic, but about the person that is navigating their world with that. So, I really enjoyed it.
I did too. I am trying to find it. A lot of books lately. There it is. Yes, I also gave it 5 viral videos. I really enjoyed it. We talked a lot, so this episode's a little bit shorter. We talked a lot in the author interview.
Yeah.
About like our thoughts about it. So I don't have a lot to add to this one. But yeah, no, it's really good. It's just really different. It was my first like mixed media, like verse style reading that I've done. And I really enjoyed it. I just really enjoyed the topic. I really enjoyed like the ending and the choices she made. Just being smart and like making something out of nothing. I really enjoyed that too. So it was really good.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite scene? I can't remember if we talked about that. I don't think we did, but
favorite scene? I don't know. I mean, my most shocking scene is the dad thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a favorite scene, but that's like the one that stands out to me the most because I just like it was on my radar. Like I wasn't thinking anything about it. Like I wasn't expecting any like big reveal there. Like I just was like, yeah, the mom and dad hate each other. Cool. Like that's normal. Like stuff. Like whatever.
It was a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't know that I have in particular a favorite scene. I do like the development of the found family development with her slam teammates.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's all I have. If you haven't listened to the author interview, you definitely will want to. We had a great time talking with Hannah.
We did. She's great. She's pretty awesome. Do we have reviews yet?
Yes. So there aren't many. She's crazy. There aren't like a ton of reviews yet. Again, it just came out. There are 77 ratings. So far, 79% of them are 5 stars. And we have 0 1-star reviews so far. We do have 2% of the ratings are 2 stars, which is just 2 ratings. So we'll start with a 5-star. Truth is 5 stars. Truth is the truth. I love a good YA book, and this one was everything. This is the first novel and verse book that I read, and I absolutely loved it. It immediately made me want to purchase Hannah's other book, All the Fighting Parts. Truth was a force to be reckoned with and stood in her truth, no matter what. She had a mind of her own and simply was not afraid to step outside of her mom and just be herself. Her story was powerful, beautifully written, and will linger long after the final page, as it touched on some heavy topics. Her words felt so raw and real, her voice was so vivid that you can't help but connect with truth. And then, again, we don't have any 1-star reviews. The 2-star was written by a school library, so it wasn't really... Dang, there was no, written 3-star reviews.
Oh, well.
So, we'll just leave it at that.
Yep. Sounds good to me. Well, our next book is... It's not new anymore, but it's the newest S.A. Cosby, which is King of Ashes, that came out in June. Mm-hmm. We're actually going to record these back to back, so we're going to do that next. But... I felt like this one was kind of different than some of his more recent ones. Still enjoyed it. Obviously set in the South, deals with similar, it's I guess you call those thrillers. Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
Crime thriller.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our next book. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. Anything else?
I think it's all.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.